So we'll start in a comfortable cross-legged position. And let's pull the flesh of the buttocks back behind the sit bones. And if you're comfortable closing the eyes, I invite you to do that. And we'll rest the hands on the legs, and let's just take a moment and see how it feels to have the palms facing down. So you can see what that translates into in the shoulder and chest area. And also energetically, how it feels. How open or grounded, spacious or contained. Just checking in. And then we'll turn the palms to face up. See if there's any small or maybe not so small shifts in the posture, in the feeling, in the body, beyond just the hands. And also seeing how it feels to have the palms up, how it feels in your heart and in your mind. And then whichever one seems like it would serve you better right now, come into that position. And then we'll drop our awareness into our breath. See if you can feel the breath nice and low in the belly, almost in the pelvis. See if you can fill the triangle of your pelvis with your breath. Then move it up into the belly, up into the solar plexus, up into the chest, all the way up to the collarbones, filling from bottom to top. And then take the arms out to the side. Maybe pull them back a little bit behind the shoulders and see if the breath can be full, not just in this vertical space, but also across the horizontal. And flex the wrists so that the palms are facing out. Reach the fingertips back. Letting the breath fill this wide open space. And then on your next exhale, bring the arms in front of you with the elbows bent and the hands together. Inhale, lift the elbows, keep them touching. Exhale, lower down, bringing the hands to the heart. And then inhale, open up, Lift the chest, lift the eyes. Exhale, bring the hands and elbows and forearms together. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to the heart. And continue like that at your own pace. You can round your back a little bit on that exhale that brings the forearms together. Try to lift the elbows as high as you can without separating them. And the next time you inhale and open the arms out, take them up and fold forward. Draw the belly toward the spine. Exhale all the air out. And then see if you can feel the breath still coming in all the way on the vertical axis and filling up across the back on the horizontal axis. On your next inhale, walk your hands in, roll up, reach up. Exhale the hands together at the heart. Become aware of the cross of your legs, which one is in front or on top. And then release the hands and release the legs. Shake them out. And when you're ready, cross them again the other way. Sinking down into your sit bones, lifting nice and tall. Let's roll the left shoulder forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, down. So, a counterclockwise circle. And then do the right shoulder. Forward first, then up, then back, then down. So the right shoulder is going in a clockwise circle. Forward, up, back, down. So when you're at the bottom, you go forward, then you go up, then you go back. Okay. And relax the right shoulder. And then we'll do the other direction, but we'll just kind of like we're riding a bike with our shoulders. That's good. Excellent. Beautiful. And relax the shoulders. See if the breath is slow and deep. Drop the chin to the chest. And then start to circle the head around. Like you're drawing a circle in the air in front of you with your nose. Even this small movement might coordinate itself with your breath. So some of the bigger movements might be a little more obvious. But even here, you might find that there's a certain part of the circle that your body naturally wants to inhale through. And then reverse. And back to center. And we'll just make some really big chewing motions with the mouth, getting the muscles of the face a little stretch. You can see it's also stretching these muscles here in the neck. Good. And relax that and stick your lower jaw out past your upper jaw, as far forward as it'll go. And then open and close, keeping the jaw jutted forward. We did this a few months ago, or maybe it was longer ago, and I was really sore afterward the next day. I wonder if you guys were too. All these muscles really got to work out. Keeps you from getting a double chin as you age. Not that we're here for vanity, but just saying. Good. And then we'll just do a little bit of a face tapping, just with the fingers, just starting at the forehead, going down to the temples, going under the eyes, over across the cheeks, maybe back and forth, side to side, covering the cheeks, and getting the jawline, and especially that area by the temporomandibular joint where sometimes we hold a lot of tension, kind of in front of the earlobe area. Maybe massaging there a little bit. And then the chin. Then the area above the lip. Look at the nose. And then we'll pull on the ears, starting at the top, pulling and working your way down. And then working your way back up. Okay. Now, we're going to take all of our fingers and put them together, and this is really nice for clearing the mind. So we're going to start at the forehead, press in and pull apart, really with pressure, and then work your way up. So it's like you're starting at an imaginary center part and then just pulling as far out to the side as you can. And then all the way down to the neck, even. And then once you reach the bottom of your neck, you'll go from the back of your trap muscles here, the tops of your shoulders, you'll go back to front a few times. And then we'll just let the fingers rest here, kind of at the top front, pressing in. And then just relax the arms down. Just notice how that makes you feel. See if there's a vibrancy in the mind. And then we'll inhale and take the arms up. And exhale and fold forward. Relax the elbows down. Relax the forehead down. Breathe all the way in and all the way out, drawing the belly in on the exhale. On your next inhale, roll up, reach up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Release the hands, release the legs, shake them out, rub the knees if they feel like they would like that. I think when I started teaching yoga and I was much younger, it never occurred to me to say that. Okay, let's come forward onto hands and knees. We'll start in a table posture with the hands under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. And just really let those bones sink down into the ground. Now establish your nice, slow, rhythmic breath. And then on the exhale, send your hips to the right, send your head to the right, send your waist to the left, turning into like a half moon or a crescent moon, and then inhale through center, and then exhale other side. So the shoulder and the hip are both going the same direction, and everything in between goes the other way. So Rod, I'm not sure that I'm seeing it right, but it looks to me like even though you're looking over the correct shoulder, that your shoulders are kind of going the other way, and you want to bring your upper body over in the same direction as your hips so that you get more of a stretch through the side body there. Yeah, you got it. You got it. That looks good. Good. And then the next time you come over to the right, walk the hands over as far as they'll go. Press down into your left hand and take a deep breath in. And then see if you can go a little bit further. And then reach your right hand back and see if you can grab hold of your heel. And if you can't grab your heel, just grab your leg. If you easily grab your heel, then grab your left heel. Let your head relax down. And then press down into your left arm as you inhale. And then pull gently with your right hand, taking yourself deeper as you exhale. Keep the left arm straight. Release the back hand. Walk both hands around all the way to the left side. Going as far as you can go, pausing, pushing the right arm down into the earth as you breathe in deep, and then seeing if you can come a little bit further to the left. Then reach the left hand back, taking either the leg or the heel or the far heel, and breathing. Right arm presses down on the inhale, left hand gently pulls on the exhale. And release and come back to center. Walk the hands forward and sink the chest down. Keep the hips lined up over the knees. And you might rest on your forehead, but if you can go deeper, you might rest on your chin. And if you can go even deeper, you might rest on your cheek. And then see if you can still breathe into your belly. And then when you exhale, relax the back body down toward the front body. If you're on one cheek, go to the other one. If you're on one cheek, come center. We'll all walk the hands back. Press into the hands, lift the head up just enough, tuck your chin, come onto the top of your head. Clasp your hands behind your back and lift the hands toward the sky. Try to let the area between the shoulder blades relax and roll the shoulder blades in toward each other. So it might be helpful to feel like you're pulling your hands apart. And letting the breath be nice and wide into those ribs. If you can bring the heels of your hands together, go ahead and do that. And then release the hands down to the ground. Keep your chin tucked to your chest and slowly, very slowly, press yourself up, coming all the way till you're standing on your knees. Bring the left hand onto the belly and the right hand onto the chest. Breathing belly to chest. And then releasing the left hand and finding your back heel, curling the toes under if you don't reach, taking the hip if you still don't reach. And then if you are able to reach the heel, really let your weight drop down into that hand. And really send your head back. And then drop your head back completely and lift the right arm up. See if the breath can open up into the front body even more. Release the buttocks down onto the feet. If you're holding onto the heel, continue to hold there. If you weren't, take it now. And then send that right arm over to the left. Let the head come down. And then with the hand on the heel, press the hand toward the knee. Maybe the right hand can walk out a little longer. Maybe the breath can be a little longer. Come back around to the front. Lift yourself back up onto your knees, bringing the right hand onto the belly and the left hand onto the chest. Breathing from belly to chest. And notice if you lose that breath when you remove the hand, and try to maintain the sense of the breath and the experience of the breath. So the breath doesn't change when we release the hand and the mind stays on the breath. But we'll bring the hand to the back heel or the hip if that works better for you. And we drop the head back and take the left arm up and back. Breathing still from belly to chest. And then lift the head, lower the hips. either keep your hand on your heel or move it to the heel and send that left arm across the floor to the right. Drop the head down. And with the right hand, press against the heel toward the knee. See if the left hand maybe reaches out a little bit longer. And release the back hand, come around to the front, and lift back up onto hands and knees. Now step the right foot forward. It'll be to the outside of the right hand. And then let the hips drop down. Lift up through the chest. And then see if you can bend your elbows. Perhaps even come down onto your elbows. Perhaps you can stack your fists and let your forehead rest on them. Press down into your right big toe. And then send your hips a little bit to the right. And then if you're on elbows, come back onto hands. Heel toe the foot in a little bit until it lines up with the hip, and bring one hand on either side of the foot. Curl the left toes under and lift the left knee just a little bit, not till it's straight, but just so that it's off the floor. Good. And then drop the hips as low as they'll go. Push into the right foot and lift the chest. Nice. And then see if you can keep your hips nice and low and start to push back through your left heel until the left leg is straight, but without lifting the hips to get there. And without making faces. Breathe. Try to stay relaxed. That's the whole journey of yoga, is to push ourselves out of our comfort zone and yet find a way to do it and stay in peace. Good. And then bring the knee down. Step the right foot back. And step the left foot forward. Again, and we'll start off with it wide, so it'll be at the outside of that left hand. And we drop the hips down. And then lowering the torso, bending the elbows if that's within reach. Maybe even coming onto the elbows, and if so, stacking fists to rest your head. Press down into your left big toe. Breathe deeply, slowly, mindfully. And then shift your hips a little bit to the left. If you're on elbows, come back to hands. Heel toe that left foot in till it lines up with the hip. Bring the hand to the outside. Drop the hips down. Press into the left foot and lift your chest. Curl the back toes under and lift the back knee just a little bit off the ground. Keep the hips nice and low. Drop them as low as they'll go. And then reach forward through your chest and back through your heel until the leg is straight. Smooth, slow, long breath. And bring the knee back down. Send the left leg back. Let's come into child's pose. Arms alongside the body, forehead to the ground. Letting the upper body rest on the lower body. Letting the mind rest in the breath. And then take the arms around in front, have them shoulder width apart, and lift the buttocks off the heels. Spread the fingers wide, and bend the elbows out to the side, and then roll them back to face your thighs. So we'll do that a couple of times. Close the eyes and let's see how it feels in the upper back and shoulders. So elbows bend out. Notice the space that's created there. And then bend, facing the elbows toward the thighs. Good. Now straighten the arms. Take the chest and drop it down below the shoulders and then bring it back up. So the arms don't move. The upper body is just dropping and coming back up. So it's not the head that's dropping. You're letting the whole chest drop down lower than the shoulders and then lifting it back up. Almost like the shoulder blades are coming up. Okay, last one. And then curl the toes under. Take a breath in. Lift the knees halfway. Press the hands forward and press your ribs toward your thighs. Roll the elbows down. Feel the length of your breath moving all the way to your sit bones, lengthening through the spine as you press forward and make more space between the vertebrae. Press forward into the hands. And then press the heels down. Press the thighs back. And then drop the chest down like we did before when we were on hands and knees, letting the shoulders be higher than the upper back. Roll the elbows down again. Let the head hang down. Press into the index fingers and thumbs and really feel the sides of the body lengthening. And then step the legs wide apart. Walk the hands in. When the hands line up under the shoulders, bring the left hand center, bring the right hand to the hip, and then inhale, sending the hip back and the chest forward, lengthening. Exhale, turn to the right, lift the right arm up. Whole body breath. And then fold over that right leg, bringing both hands toward the foot or the leg, hanging down. And then take the very bottom of your belly and pull it up, in and up. And then walk the hands around to the center again. Bringing the right hand under the chest, the left hand onto the hip. Lengthen the hip back, the chest forward. Inhale long. Exhale, turn the belly and the ribs to the left. And then float your left arm up. Try to get enough turn at the waist so that you're not straining in the shoulder, that the left shoulder's already pointing straight up so that the arm is effortless in its lift. Nice. One more breath. And then fold over that left leg, bringing the hands by the foot or the leg, letting the head rest down. Breathing deeply and pulling the low belly in and up. And bring the hands and body center again. Clasp your hands in your non-habitual clasp, whichever way you're not inclined to do it automatically. And then lift the arms up, letting the shoulder blades collapse in toward the spine, the head release down toward the floor, the feet press down, the creases at the tops of the thighs lift up. Bring your hands onto your hips, lift your head, flat back, come all the way up. Step the legs together. Relax the arms down. Close the eyes. Lift the toes and spread them wide. Release them down. Establish your breath again if you've gotten away from it. Slow and long. Sink weight into your left foot and feel the whole body lining up over that left foot. Lift the left arm up. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hand to the right side of the head above the ear. And then let the eyes open softly. Good. And then slowly lift the right foot and take the foot in your right hand. Take a point on the ground and off to the right as you let your head dip to the left. And then start to kick your right foot toward the floor. Pressing down into your left leg so that you're still really long and tall through that left side. Spacious in the breath. Centered. Focused. Still. Even if the body isn't still, even if the body falls, see if you can let your mind be like the eye in the midst of a storm, just unwavering. And then release the foot down. Bring the hand to the other side of the head and lift the head up. Relax the arm. Close the eyes. Feel the weight starting to settle down into that right leg and letting the body line up over the leg. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale the hand over to the left side of the head. Opening the eyes. Feeling the breath. And then taking the left foot in the left hand. Your gaze will come down and off to the left as you bring your head to the right. And then start to kick your left foot down, pressing strongly into your right leg so that you're nice and long. And release the foot, bring the hand to the other side of the head, lift your head up, release the arm down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. One more time. Try to drop the torso. Let it release. Let the head go. You can bring the hands to the backs of the legs. You can hook them under the feet. You can just let them hang down. You can take opposite elbows. Whatever works for you. Release the hands, bend the knees, bring the hands to the ground. Lower the buttocks all the way down, coming on to the floor. Then lift the toes off the ground. Wrap the arms around the outside of the legs and try to bring your wrists to your toes or as far forward as you can, and then bring the hands over the bottoms of the feet. Oh, you need me to take I don't have myself on the screen, so I don't know. Thank you for letting me know. I wanted to see you and I took up too much room, okay, so arms around the outside of the legs, over the tops of the feet, hands to feet, head down. Pull the front body toward the back body and start to press the toes toward the floor. And breathe. And release and come down onto your back. Lift the hips, tuck them under, lower back down, release the legs, shake them out. If you're using an eye pillow, you can place that on your eyes now. And then let your arms rest out to the side. And take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, resting into the ground. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the jaw, letting the lips part, the tongue relax. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the activity of the mind, bringing your awareness to the breath and becoming so absorbed in the breath that there is no room for mental activity. And then seeing if you can stay connected to the feel of the breath without controlling the breath. Letting go of the breath and allowing it to just happen, or feeling it come and go. It may become fast, it may become shallow, it may not be rhythmic anymore. That's fine. Just allow the breath to breathe for you and let the mind sink into the feeling of the breath, just as the body sinks into the ground, deeply relaxed, letting go, letting go, letting go. Breathe into your heart. Move fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath. Stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest. Rocking side to side. Feeling the ground massaging your back. And then come center, bring the feet together, the hands together, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. And then roll over onto your side, resting your head on your arm, resting your body on the ground, resting your mind in the inner space that you've created through your practice. Taking in how you feel. Taking in your own goodness. And maybe it might be helpful to remind ourselves that there's goodness in the world too. And slowly come up with your head last, taking any comfortable seated position. Sinking down into the sit bones, lifting through the crown of the head. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste. Thank you.